One, two, 3. Found.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11 in HD.
A city covered in smoke. It's not quite the same view Gabe Shababy has grown to love.
Next Monday, Timeless travels back before America was born.
We're gonna have to work together. I can't imagine a worse place. An era full of hostile forces and, smallpox.
1754 sucks.
She has the power to rewrite history.
I'm Dr. Quinn, and I'm a medicine woman.
But will the past she loves become their prison?
No!
We're trapped here.
Timeless, all new, next Monday after The Voice on NBC.
On an all-new Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Billy Bob Thornton drops by. NBC Tonight.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11 in HD.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover.
And I'm Cindy Sexton. The scenic city is known for its sweeping views. This week, the view is all but blocked by thick smoke from the wildfires.
Wildfires are burning across the Channel 3 viewing area. 3 major fires in the Chattanooga area are covering the city with a smoky haze. New at 11, Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Sidery has reaction from tourists on Lookout Mountain. Sarah.
Greg, right now all of the smoke makes some of the city's most famous views nearly impossible to take in. A city covered in smoke. It's not quite the same view Gabe Shababy has grown to love.
And we've never actually seen it this foggy before, this smoky.
This couple often makes the trip from Atlanta to take in the scenic city's natural beauty. This time they brought their 5 children, hoping to show off some of the best views on Lookout Mountain.
That's why we came up to the incline, so we can get a good chance to kind of show the kids all the, you can see 7 states and all that kind of thing. You couldn't see it today, though.
With smoke limiting visibility to just a few miles, even the view from the ridge cut was a bit of a letdown.
And you can see into the city usually. It's real clear. And we were telling the kids, here it comes, here it comes. And when we pulled around that corner, it was just smoke, just everywhere. You couldn't see.
Although the wildfires limit activities for some people, the Chattanooga Convention and Visitors Bureau says there's still no shortage of fun things to do.
We don't see that it has had a negative impact on tourism.
Many area holiday events kick off this weekend, most of which are held indoors.
From the Tennessee Aquarium to Ruby Falls to the IMAX to the Hunter to the many restaurants, there's many things to do that does not involve the outdoors.
But for those who do flock to Chattanooga for its great outdoors, this family says they'll be back when hopefully the wildfires are not.
It'll clear up though, Lord willing.
We've posted a list of indoor activities in the Chattanooga area on our website, WRCBTV.com. In the studio, Sarah Sidery, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Sarah. The Georgia Forestry Commission is working wildfires on Lookout Mountain, Fox Mountain in Dade County, and the Cahata Wilderness. The Cahata Wilderness fire is being called the largest in Georgia. It has burned 16,000 acres and is still only 11% contained. Officials are closely watching the fire on Fox Mountain. It has spread to 2,000 acres tonight. On Lookout Mountain, forestry officials say two fires joined and burned more than 1,300 acres. That single fire now is expected to grow.
And that's where several residents were forced to leave their homes. The Lookout Highlands neighborhood on Lookout Mountain. 60 homes were evacuated yesterday. And even though no structures have burned, residents say they are really worried.
If you think you might lose your home, that is disturbing, especially for old people like me. You know, that's things I've worked for all my life. I'd like to keep it.
Still no word on when the evacuees can return home. That fire on Lookout Mountain is said to be only 10% contained.
In Tennessee, the Forestry Division is working three major wildfires. The one on Flippers Bend on Signal Mountain in Hamilton County is at 1,000 acres and 95% contained. Mowbray Mountain, also in Hamilton County, is at 750 acres. Forestry officials say it is 70% contained. And crews are working to put out a blaze on Smith Mountain in Sequatchie County. It's at 960 acres, but 100% contained. An arson arrest was made in connection to the fire on Smith Mountain.
With wildfires burning in nearly every county in the Channel 3 viewing area, smoke is making it hard for some people to see and breathe. Right now, the air quality report shows we're under a code orange alert. That's the lowest color on their scale, but it's still dangerous for sensitive groups of people. Since Friday, the two largest hospitals in Chattanooga have treated more than 100 patients there for breathing difficulties that are related to the wildfire smoke. The air quality is worse in the morning hours when everyone should be cautious.
Obviously, you shouldn't be out jogging this time of morning with readings like that, even if you are a healthy adult.
Another code orange has been issued for the Chattanooga-Hamilton County area tomorrow, and other parts of our viewing area are experiencing even worse air quality. It's a code purple air quality alert in Cherokee, North Carolina. That's worse on the scale than even the color red. It means the entire population in that area will likely be affected by smoke in the air.
New tonight, Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam has issued a regional burn ban affecting every Tennessee county in the Channel 3 viewing area. If you see the county you live in on your screen, the burn ban applies to you. This means no open air burning, including leaf and wood debris, campfires, and outdoor grills. A violation of the burn ban carries a fine of $2,500 or up to a year in jail. The ban will remain in effect until December 15th.
And in Georgia, the governor's asking drivers to turn on their headlights while driving through smoky areas, even if it's not yet dark outside. If the smoke's reducing visibility on highways and on local roadways, you're asked to slow down. Highway safety officials say you should treat smoke the same way as you do fog. Use your low beams and leave plenty of room between the vehicle in front of you. Also, don't throw cigarettes or cigars out the windows onto the sides of the road. That goes for Georgia, Tennessee, and the entire viewing area, because that could very easily start another brush fire. For the latest on the fires in the Tennessee Valley, we have an entire section of our website dedicated to Wildfire Watch. You'll find that at WRCBTV.com and also inside the WRCB app. Let's head over to the Storm Alert Center, check in with Paul Barris, because whether it's the lack of rain or the changing direction of the winds, it has a little something to do with the wildfire spread. Paul, what do you think?
Well, right now the winds are pretty much calm, and that means the smoke is just going to be sitting for a while. And then later on tonight, we're going to have an inversion form. It's going to put a cap on everything, and the smoke is really going to build up like it did this morning across much of the area. So in the morning at the bus stops, depending on exactly where you are, it's not going to be everywhere, but a lot of places, it's going to be a bit chilly. Temperatures around 41 with smoke and haze. And by 3 o'clock, looks like some more smoke and haze, but it will be warmer at about 67 degrees, and we'll see a few more clouds starting to roll in too. There are a few showers and thunderstorms out over West Tennessee, right along the Mississippi ahead of this cold front. They're few and far between, and as they move into the drier air, they'll go poof, they'll disappear. So the chance for any type of rain here is about 1 or 2%. It's not a very good chance. Now, we'll pull back on the Viper. The heaviest rain is off the mid-Atlantic states heading towards New England, mainly out to sea though. And on the satellite photo, there's not even that many clouds with this system as this cold front gets closer and closer. But we will see that front move in. Now, winds are calm, 44 in the city, 41 Dalton, already 39 Fort Payne, 33 in Murphy. So you know there's going to be frost out there, but it's already been frost out in Murphy. And a lot of the outlying areas are going to see temperatures down into the 20s in a few places once again. 67, 36 for the high and the low today. So it got pretty cold right at the airport too with that inversion. Believe it or not, it was warmer up on Lookout Mountain where the temperatures were in the low 40s for lows last night. 68 Trenton, 66 Lafayette, 67 in Dalton and in Chatsworth, 58 Fort Mountain with 68 in Cleveland, 66 Ottawa, 63 Eastridge, also on the Lookout Mountain with 66 in Dunlap. We had 67 from Pikeville to Spring City. Murphy was 63, Turtletown 60, Jasper 66, and Dayton was about 60 degrees and 66 in Etowah. So here's the latest Vipercast showing this cold front approaching. Just ahead of it though, we'll see a little bit of a southerly wind, southwesterly wind, probably in the latter parts of the morning, and then we'll see some clouds roll in, and that's about it. Don't expect any rain out of those clouds. And then the cold front passes tomorrow afternoon. Another one stays to the north of us. We may see a few clouds with that. And then the winds really lighten up once again. We get into Thursday. Then this whole system, this high, moves off towards the east. The winds start to pick up out of the south right into Friday. And Friday, that's going to move all that smoke straight up to the north, up into Kentucky. And it's going to be blowing pretty hard, which is not good because it's going to spread the fires that are still burning at that time. So Friday looks like a pretty brisk day, but it's going to be warming up too. The pinpoint forecast tomorrow, 66 on Dunlap, with a few more clouds, lots of smoke and haze, 67 in Rossville. But tonight, 39 in the city with smoke and haze developing once again, although throughout much of this evening, at least around here, right at Channel 3 and out through Hickson, Red Bank area, I noticed it cleared off very nicely as the winds earlier on were blowing some of that smoke further off. Tomorrow, 67, the smoke and haze returns with westerly winds. Tomorrow night, 42 with smoke and haze and light winds once again. And on the 7-day forecast, temperatures very pleasant, very warm, way above normal, almost 15 degrees above normal by Thursday, 77. But then the winds really pick up on Friday with 74. An outside chance for a shower on Saturday was 63, a lot more clouds too. And then much colder weather starts to move in on Sunday and Monday. Highs only averaging near 50 or so. A lot of places only be in the 40s, especially the higher elevations. And temperature is going to have to be a hard freeze all across the Tennessee Valley. I mean, in the 20s for most spots coming up by Monday morning.
Oh, is it going to warm up after that, Thanksgiving week?
Probably not.
Okay.
It'll probably remain cool.
All right.
But the amount of rain is slim.
Yeah.
The best chance over the next about 15 days will be coming right around Thanksgiving, so we'll see.
And, you know, we'll take it when we can get it.
Yeah,
even
we
though
will.
that's
At
not
this
the
point,
most
we don't have any
opportune time.
at this point,
Well,
at
thank
any
you.
time is okay with me. Okay.
Beginning tomorrow, Chattanooga's Household Hazardous Waste Facility will expand its hours to be open 5 days a week. It's on North Hawthorne Street. They'll be open on Tuesday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you live in Chattanooga or Hamilton County, you can head over and dispose of household hazardous waste for free. Some common items include batteries, fluorescent bulbs, motor oil, paint, pesticides, and pool chemicals. All of those items will be recycled or disposed of properly.
After the break here at 11, a 23-year veteran at the Chattanooga Police Department protects the same streets he walked as a kid.
How he uses his roots to better his career. Next.
Hey everybody, Leslie here at the TFP. And a big deal today. First time ever, an individual and former Chattanoogan Franklin Haney buys a nuclear power plant near you. We'll tell you why it's important, how it could affect the country and your jobs. Our TFP business editor, Dave Flessner, was there and has the latest. Times3press.com.
A Chattanooga police officer spends every workday in a familiar place. He protects the streets where he was raised.
Lieutenant Glenn Scruggs says the common ground helps him build trust in the community. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Herron takes a ride with him as he explains why he became a police officer.
Lieutenant Glenn Scruggs started his career in law enforcement 23 years ago. But his love for Chattanooga started much earlier, right here in Avondale. Now he's using his roots to help him on the job. Sometimes it just takes a different perspective, a different view. This is Avondale. For one officer, his heart is here and here. 3 miles away in a sprawling 2-story concrete complex most people will never visit. Inside CPD headquarters is Chattanooga's Major Crimes Unit. It's where the best of Chattanooga's finest handle the city's worst cases. This book shows most of those cases involve a gun, and it's the job of people like Lieutenant Glenn Scruggs to figure out who did it and why. Crime can be personal, so can solving it.
My roots are in Avondale, East Chattanooga, Avondale. These are my roots, and I love this neighborhood.
The wake-up call in the middle of the night often sends this 23-year department veteran to the same streets he walked as a kid. Of the 111 shootings this year, 36% happened in the East Chattanooga zone.
So it's nothing for me to go to a scene and I'm dealing with the son of a guy I played ball with in school or a guy I hung out with in high school. That's commonplace.
That common ground builds trust. He knows their stories. He hopes for better endings.
When guys see me and I deal with people, they know I'm from down here. They know that I've walked in the same, shoes they walked in. Heck, to a degree, still walking in them.
Speckled along Glass Street is where Scruggs finds his best memories.
I cashed my very first paycheck right here at Sandy's. I mean, these folks have always been here for this community, and this community has always been here for these folks.
But far too often, it's also a place where moms, dads, sisters weep behind the crime scene tape and police lights. At the end of every street is the choice to turn, and Scruggs knows every day offers choice. He made his.
And that's probably that's probably one of the biggest turning points of my whole doggone life. And my buddy got me to apply to Chattanooga Police Department.
Lieutenant Scruggs isn't the only officer from our area. In fact, most of the department is either from Chattanooga or the surrounding areas. Reporting in Hamilton County, I'm Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
When we come back, Eyewitness News at 11. More pieces of the Trump White House are coming together tonight, including one whose pick is sounding alarm bells among the opposition who'd been hoping for a less provocative tone. That full story next.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11 in HD.
Filling the top slots in the Donald Trump administration was job one today for the president-elect.
But widespread criticism of Trump's choice as senior advisor as the staffing search kicks into higher gear. NBC's Steve Handelsman has the latest from Washington.
Eric Trump came to Trump Tower. Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared Kushner, key players in the effort to fill top jobs in the Trump administration. A possible pick for Treasury Secretary is Steven Mnuchin.
A lot to do, a lot of work. Thank you very much.
He was Trump's campaign finance chair.
Reince, come up here. Where is Reince?
There's praise for Trump picking party chair Reince Priebus as White House chief of staff. But horror from some at Steve Bannon named a top advisor.
He's much more concerned about reasserting the power of white people in the United States.
Bannon ran Breitbart News, read by the hard right, some of them extremist and racist. Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway defended Bannon.
He's got a Harvard business degree. He's a naval officer. He has success in entertainment.
On 60 Minutes, Trump demanded his most extreme backers quit harassing minorities.
And I'll say it right to the camera, stop it.
Trump hedged on major promises. His wall will have some fencing. He'll deport immigrants who commit crimes and keep part of Obamacare. coverage of people with preconditions.
Yes, because it happens to be one of the strongest assets.
Reaction today from President Obama.
Gestures matter, and how he reaches out to groups that may not have supported him, how he signals his interest in their issues or concerns. I think those are the kinds of things that can set a tone.
There were more protests today as Trump and his team moved to take the reins of power. I'm Steve Handels, NBC News at the White House.
Hey, sports is next. A familiar face inside McKenzie Arena. Brooke Copeland helped the Florida Gators take down the Lady Mocs.
Plus, Butch Jones says he and the Vols will not be scoreboard watching this weekend with their SEC East title hopes on the line.
We're not tough enough. We don't challenge each other enough. Simple. We're not tough enough. We don't challenge each other enough. Simple.
What's simple isn't always easy. If it was, Jim Foster would have likely had a different tone following tonight's game with 20th ranked Florida. Foster was as animated as he's been in 3 seasons at UTC. More on that in just a bit. First, the highlights from McKenzie Arena. Look who it is. You know that face. It's former Bradley Central star Brooke Copeland. Copeland in her junior year at Florida. Nearing the half we go now. The Gators start pulling away. This is Sydney Searcy on the baseline for Florida's largest lead at 13. Lady Mocs rally back. Seconds to the half, Shelby Davenport drains an open look from deep. One of 3 threes for her. Chattanooga hits the locker room down just 7 points midway through the third. Copeland showing her range. The former All-State Bradley Bear puts the Gators up by 4. Seconds later, Chattanooga answers. Guess who? Davenport again for 3. Davenport had 14 points off the bench. Lady Mocs are back within 1. Another star off the bench for UTC. Freshman Lakeland Boldine. She scored 4 straight to give the Lady Mocs their first lead of the game, 51-50, late third quarter. The fourth quarter, however, belonged to Florida. UTC trailed by 1 with just over 7 left. The Gators closed the game on a 10-3 run, 72-61 your final score from the Roundhouse.
This is real. We're playing real teams. That when you don't do what you're supposed to do or what you're capable of doing, the end result is you're not going to be there at the end. And that's what we want. That's the whole premise, is to get good enough to win the league and to do something in the NCAA tournament, not just get in it. But that mentality's got to be every day. Every day. We don't have an everyday mentality yet.
Now to Brooke Copeland's return to Chattanooga. The former Bradley Central star played 14 minutes, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and the win. Even with an obvious Bradley Central presence in the crowd, Copeland says she was able to keep her emotions in check.
I try to stay grounded, you know, just not get too high, not get too low. Coach talks about that all the time, and I think that that's really important when we come and play, because that happens a lot. We go and play in people's hometowns, and I think that's really, really important.
How about now?
Yeah, I'm excited to go see them now, but I'm just really, really excited about the win more than anything.
And she did get to go see them. There was probably 30 to 40 people waiting for her on the court well after the game and the postseason press conference. Now, McKenzie Arena will be busy this week, all week. The UTC Women host another top 25 team Thursday. It's Indiana and the Lady Mocs Thursday at 6:30. Yes, the 23rd ranked Indiana Lady Hoosiers. The Chattanooga men will play their home opener Wednesday at 7 with Hiwassee. On the college gridiron now, no doubt LSU's fan base has doubled in recent days. If LSU beats Florida at 1 p.m. on Saturday, and then Tennessee beats Missouri at 3:30, UT will once again control the SEC East, which means the Vols will be paying really close attention to that early LSU-Florida game, right? I used the sarcasm font there.
In terms of scoreboard watching, we don't ever look up at the scoreboard. That's kind of our mindset. You just keep your head down and you keep playing it. We have to worry about the things that we can control. Control the controllables. That's out of our hands. And we're playing a very, very good football team that's coming in here with a lot of momentum, very, very explosive, and it's going to take all of our focus and concentration on playing Missouri.
Yeah, you heard Coach Jones mention Missouri's momentum. The Tigers recently snapped a 5-game skid by beating Vanderbilt. It's also senior day for the Vols, who will celebrate the career of 11 seniors. Looking further ahead now, because we are allowed to scoreboard watch. Should the scenario play out where Tennessee takes control of the East this weekend, it would then come down to the season finale at Vanderbilt. It was announced today, Tennessee at Vanderbilt. That game on November 26th will be a 7:30 SEC Network kick. We also know that Georgia and Georgia Tech will be a noon kickoff on the SEC Network. The annual Iron Bowl, Auburn at Alabama, will be the CBS 3:30 game on the 26th. Now, let's go back, if we can, really quick to Butch Jones not scoreboard watching. I wonder what Neyland Stadium will do, because there's a constant SEC scoreboard scrolling and 4 different locations in any part of that stadium. So everyone's going to know what happened.
Jeff Jarnigan, the stadium announcer, I don't think ever draws attention to it. So maybe if he doesn't draw attention to it, then people won't, well.
They're going to shut down self-service.
That's it, yeah.
My Twitter's not working.
I can't
What's
figure
the
that
score?
out. That's it for sports. Paul Beers has your 7-day forecast when we get back.
All right, we're going to see some more smoke and haze as the inversion sets tonight. It's going to be nasty again, folks. Temperatures are going to be pleasant, though. We're going to see temperatures in the mid to upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Again, smoke and haze at times all day long. And then 72 coming up on Wednesday, 77 Thursday. Wind will pick up out of the south on Friday, and it's going to be quite brisk, and there's a slight chance for a shower Saturday and cooler, especially next week.
Paul, thank you. Let's end on a light note here. Do you remember the children's game, Hungry Hungry Hippos? You got 4 hippos on the game board, the object for each player to collect as many marbles as possible with their hippo. Well, last night, the Cleveland Cavaliers decided to play the game with real people.
4 teams of fans dressed up and tried to gather the most balls from a pile to win a $100 gift certificate from the Cavaliers team store. It was close. Once all was said and done, the pink team gobbled up 15 balls for the win. And it looks like everybody just had a really good time.
If you shopped at any team store lately, you know that $100 will not go a long way.
No, they could have done better. My opinion. Have a good night.
We'll see you.